Diane in Denmark here, and rah, rah, rah. We are still going with Bahookie Camp. We're on to week 3. Just a quick recap, if you are new to Flylady, this Bahookie Camp is going to be too much for you, all right? It's really for people who are familiar with Flylady. So if you're a brand new fly baby, don't worry. I did the 31 baby step program, and I'll put the link up there, and there's always a link down below. But it's the 31 days from chaos to clean, and I take you through all the baby steps as described on the Flylady website, and it's a really good introduction because you build up habits and it explains the system. So if you haven't done that, just start there and don't worry about Bahookie camps. That's for people who are a bit further down the line. And for those of you who are doing Bahookie Camp, just a quick recap. The first week we were looking at, kind of looking inwards and looking at ourselves and what we were supposed to be doing, and making things easier for ourselves by writing it down and ticking it off and planning. And then in the second week of Bahookie Camp, we were looking at the house and hopefully got a bit more control over things. We hit all the Flylady Zones, 5 in 1 week, by just setting our timer for the golden 15 minutes. Hold on, it was at 14 minutes and 59 seconds. Here we are. Okay, 15 minutes. And we were just, putting the blinkers on and making a bit of progress in each zone. So that's what we did last week. And this week we're kind of looking a bit inwards, getting a bit more zen-like. And I was talking yesterday about health and fitness, and we're not setting huge unattainable goals for ourselves, or setting the bar so high that, as I've said before, you kind of run up to the bar and think, whoa, there's no way I can get over that. We're just taking things, keeping it very low at ground level where everybody can join in. And I was talking about the Fitbit, and I loved the comments yesterday on YouTube and on Instagram that, you set your timer and you went out for a walk, even if it was freezing outside, or you got in touch with a friend and you were going to, do a Fitbit challenge together, or you were signing up for an exercise class. Fantastic. That's the way to do it. Just, if you can team up with a friend, that is the best ever. Anyway, on to today, moving swiftly on. I hope that this week, I've got a little kind of challenge for you. I hope that this week you will think about ways that you can make life nicer for yourself when you are doing your stuff, doing your thing at home. Now, to give you an example, you've seen where, in the living room, I've got that little kind of nook where I sit, which is the armchair, and I've got my wee table next to me, and I've got the reading lamp because I'm getting so older and really need to have good light when I read, and my pamper basket, so everything is kind of there, and I've got a blanket that I can put over my legs. And in Denmark we're really into the Hygge thing, and I'll put a link up there to all the videos I've done about Denmark and Hygge. But basically Hygge is just making the everyday things that we do just a bit more special, about slowing down. It's all part of that, slow living, appreciating the moment, and just making things a bit nicer for ourselves. So I hope that this week you can incorporate a bit of Hygge into your world. Now, it doesn't need to cost any money, and it can be something very simple, like you can see here behind me, it's not quite daylight yet here. We'll be there in about 5-10 minutes, but I always have the candles lit when we're having our breakfast or when we're having dinner. And if you have pets or small kids, you probably don't want to go for the real candles like I have here, but they have some fantastic LED ones, so they're worth looking into. And please, you don't need to be spending money to do the Hygge thing. But one of the other things, a question that I get asked so often, if I had 10 krona for every time I've been asked this question, I would be a millionaire by now, is about my sink caddy. Now, you've seen my sink caddy. in all the videos where I'm sitting here, and when I post on Instagram my shiny sink picture, you know, when I've finished my evening routine. And it's just a sink caddy that I bought, oh gosh, is it 2 years old now? 1 year, 2 years old. And it was just a silly thing. It wasn't very expensive. It's a Danish design. It's by the firm called Stelton. And don't worry, I'm not getting any money from Stelton. Though I should be. I'm sure their sales have skyrocketed of this thing because so many people ask me about it. And it's just a simple little sink caddy where I can put my stuff in it. It's got a wee kind of drainer dish on the bottom, and you know, I can break it up and put it in the dishwasher when it gets a bit dirty. And having this nice little sink caddy means that I enjoy doing my cleanup after dinner. You know, when we finish dinner, this is the table in the kitchen. We're sitting here at the kitchen table, and my husband and the kids, you know, they put their stuff in the dishwasher, and we all clear away, you know, whatever's to go in the fridge. And then, you know, I take a minute just to wipe down the surfaces and do a wee scoosh and wipe out the sink. And just the fact of having this sink caddy is just something that puts a smile on my face. So think about, you know, your tools for when you are doing your cleaning. You know, I've got my pom-poms that are in my cleaning caddy. Is there something nice that you can put there for you, like, you know, a candle, or just a nice dish brush, or I don't know, a cloth or something? I mean, I know it sounds really simple, but just those small things can just make your environment just seem a bit nicer. You know, or get yourself some kind of funny timer. You know, there's all different timers out there on the market. And last night, I told you I was meeting up with my friend, I'll just call her Kay, from New Zealand. She's been in Denmark longer than I have. She's been here for about 30 years. And I had some time before I was to meet up with her. We had a really fantastic catch up, and went to a Latin American restaurant. Anyway, and I went into Ilums Bolighus, which is a department store here, and lo and behold, there was my caddy, and lo and behold, they had a new product for the caddy. And at first I thought, oh, hold on, I don't need that. But, says the canny Scot, it was actually on sale, and I couldn't resist it. It's a soap dispenser. So I've just actually put it in. Can you see? It's quite, and you just kind of pump the top here, Duke. So I've decanted some of my usual stuff into here, and I've got something new to look at in my caddy. So it's not something expensive, but it's something that I've done for me. And when we have not just the right tools for the job, when we have a nice tool for the job, it encourages us to get the job done. So your little mission for this week is to think about, can you make something more hyggelig for yourself? Can you get some kind of Danish hygge into your life? Is there a little plant that you can put beside your bed? Or I've said before, maybe a picture of Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man that you want to keep on the end of your kitchen counter, just to make sure that you don't start using it as a dumping ground again. Just a small thing that is going to make you enjoy being in the space and doing what you enjoy doing. Yeah? So anyway, I'm not going to sit in my Bahookie much longer. Think about if there's something you can do. Remember, don't need to spend a lot of money on it. But maybe you can shop in your own house, you know, take an item that you had maybe put in the guest bedroom, you know, use it in your own bedroom. And if there's no guests in there, why don't you enjoy it, you know, or the nice hand towels, you know, please do something good for yourself. Anyway, so that's it for me. I'm going to do a couple of dishes with the new soap dispenser, and I shall see you tomorrow for more for Bahookie Camp. Anyway, that's it for me. Live long and prosper. May the hygge be with you, and I shall see you tomorrow. Okay, bye for now.